wonderful in that.
Dwayne's got a tattoo right above his ass that says, "Come on."
So, do you ever get insulted that many movies...
And I told my wife, Beverly, when I was on top of her. What? Don't laugh. When I was on top of her, making intense, painful love.
I'm Simon Pegg. Hello, I'm Henry Cavill. And we're here today to teach you about English slang, or as we call it, iggity-biggity.
A bucket and feed you 1,000 donuts until you couldn't eat any more, and just see what happened.
That's a wonderful little story you told.
Feel that. Tell me that doesn't feel like a cock.
It doesn't. I mean, that feels like your leg.
Because the movie, there's prosthetic, but I love that we still have these on. But it just feels good. Tell me.
You went to London.
What's your favorite fan girl?
Green girl? I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Wow!
Which is another movie that Henry was in.
Hard cheese.
Hard Cheese, starring Henry Cavill.
I've never heard of that.
Hard-bitten police officer, Dave Cheese.
It's...
He's a vegan.
It'd be great if you were a movie critic.
My wife has such a big heart, and we're always watching TV, and she's forever getting teared up, and I'm laughing my ass off. Like she used to watch The Biggest Loser, and these fat people would be crying.
I can't.
About all the cookies and burgers they were eating. And they were crying like they lost a dog or something. And she would be crying with them, and I would just be laughing my ass off.
So...
No, most of the world is starving. That's why. Like, I'm bending. I went to, like...
Kendrick Lamar, Justin Bieber, Rihanna. Who do you think is the least talented? Go.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think they're all equally talented. No, that's not. This is a rank question, so wow. So you,
Why is so hot? Ah! She did it.
All you had to do was say Justin Bieber.
I'd like to thank Crystal Meth Santa Claus for being here.
Oh, thanks. You actually went to London to. Yeah, I went to London when I was in grad school. And to try to go Whitechapel Road, which is.
The other day, I pleasured myself to the image of Mrs. Buttersworth. She got me there like I was on the Express A train. Talk about a river of ejaculate. A volume I had never seen in my lifetime. Now I know what the villagers of Pompeii felt like. What those sad villagers of Pompeii felt like. Except where they were rained down on hot lava, I rained down on those villagers with frothy ejaculate.
Access them to do a number 1 or number 2, or if you're unlucky, a number 3. To spend a penny is go number 1. Yeah, it did. And what is it if you do a number 2?
A pound?
Why don't you go outside and take a shot of insulin and have a nap, okay?
Why do you always assume I have diabetes?
You have a glass of apple juice and tell me that you don't have diabetes, okay? All right. See? Just the noise you made when you stood up. I could do...
I'm gonna call you like super early in the morning. like 6, 7 in the morning or some shit. I'm like, just because you can't see the time. Like, it's like, just Stevie, it's 3 a.m. What the f is the difference? Like, all right. So this shit happened.
I read online that you're very private and decline to answer questions that make you feel uncomfortable. This is a two-parter. Is that true? And how old were you when you got your period? Have an accent. Do you think people would be able to tell that you're not a very good actor?
I'll grab your hand and you play me. Hey,
you get your fucking hands off me.
Accidents while filming.
Yes, I have. I've gotten hurt. For real.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get hurt on?
I got I got whiplash.
You got whiplash.
From 50 Shades.
Death wing. But if the group fails to make me laugh, you both must eat a wing. I'm thrilled.
That's crazy. She
Bring
doesn't
the
even
water.
break when we're doing it.
Good luck, guys.
You think Leonardo DiCaprio has a small dick?
Do you ever go to the DMZ?
No.
It's a combination of TMZ and the DMV.
That's just a bunch of people sitting around talking about their driver's licenses.
Talking about celebrity drivers like.
Oh. James Franco wears corrective lenses.
Well, I may look manly, but I'm definitely have a more sensitive feminine side being raised by my mother. You wouldn't know this, but I love paintings and art. So I'd like to go to some museums. Do you like museums?
All right, I could pretend I'm your mother.
No. I'm just saying I was raised with art. Oh, man.
And Woody Harrelson are acting in a scene together. Are you sad that somewhere there's a sack not being hacked? That's good.
And you rushed over here staying at Diddy's pool house.
The thing about it was, they don't like to show his bones anymore because it's like why doesn't want to be on display anymore. But less.
Why put an S in the word lisp? Why do you think so many fat kids take up the tuba?
I want to like blow my wife away with like a romantic night out. What do I do?
You said it.
What?
Blow your wife.
First question is if you guys have ever been ghosted or ghosted anybody yourself.
But
You've been ghosted?
yeah, I must.
So-
Come on, yeah. Yes.
There are lots, obviously.
I wasn't always.
I have Hannibal's phone. I'm on Hannibal's Tinder, and I'm about to destroy his love life.
Ask her to,
I want to fuck your husband.
If you were a Disney princess, who would you be?
Cinderella, because she broke, homie. She represent me, yo. Let me borrow $20.
Then I watch Chappelle, and then I'm okay.
Yeah.
Cause Chappelle's like, you know.
Yeah.
I was incensed. Bam! Can't talk about nothing, man. Somebody walked up and they said, "There's Dave Chappelle." I said, "Bam! Wu-Tang, nigga." I love Dave because he always used a very intelligent word to go with his hood. I was beside myself. I was chartreuse. Bam, nigga. Perspicacity in these people.
You know, the thing about this film
Why you sound like that?
is that the thing about this film is that Benadryl Cumberbatch did this thing.
Willie Mays just died. Do you hold any responsibility at all for his passing?
All right.
That's good.
Well, perfect segue into my next question. Your appetite. some would refer to you as, what's it called? Greedy. There it is. Some people would say that.
And that's when we team up and we sort of become best buds on and off screen.
Tiny Tim.
Hello. Oh.
I bet it looks even worse from that angle.
Keep going.
Right. See?
We were supposed to start the show together, and I came to bed one night, and she said, "I've just watched 6 of them." And she was like, I'll tell you what happened.
56 is only young when you die at 56.
No.
Do you hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
That is the sound of everybody talking about your performance in Big Little Lies. No one cares.
And no one's complaining.
That's terrible. Those girls' heads are cut out of the photograph.
Would you say that your work in La La Land really helped pave the way for white people to explain jazz to black people? Your parents got divorced when you were 7. Was that your fault?
This has been so much fun. So thank you, Bill. Thank you. What are you doing next? Let me guess.